defeated Crescent, and right back to its best too. Jim Cassidy to ride. They've got a good chance with the lightweight too, the Waterhouse camp with Inclusion. Reese McLeod is riding, and Alf thought it was an excellent chance here. Made it the late mail. Inclusion at $12. Maccabee Diva, a lot of eyes on this mare to see if she can continue her winning ways. She should almost be undefeated. She was unlucky in the first start. She was beaten, but 6 starts, 5 wins. And this mare by Desert King steps right up to the grade today. Leicester Thunderwing, who's been racing in very good form, gets another chance today. And it's at $7.90. And Danyon, of course, we heard Gerald Ryan talking of his chances and has drawn the rails today, of course, this 8-year-old. There's Eagle Rhythm, who could improve too. It's now moving in. And winner 3 starts back, of course, Eagle Rhythm of the Cranbourne Cup. Number 10, Southern Crown. And, Pat Highland trains. And Craig Newitt is the rider. Moving in now is Maccabee Diva, this mare, who is stepping right up to the big class today. Class in this race is pretty strong at Group 2, 2,500 the distance, of course, of the Queen Elizabeth Stakes at Flemington. And there's only 1 or 2 to move in. It looks like one final one to move in there at Flemington. There's Dan Nikolic just turning around, having a look around with Native Jazz, who has been disappointing. And they're bringing in one more runner now. And that is Prince Hal for Scotty Seamer. Now, they're all set there, and Sky Racing regrets that contractual restrictions prohibit.
Stalls back, and they're racing this time, and they left in a beautiful line too, with Southern Crown, one of the best out, with Time Off and Inclusion. Hey Pronto and Hill of Grace are prominent down at the winning post. Good early speed, Southern Crown from Time Off, Inclusion, Hill of Grace, Hey Pronto. Then Native Jazz, followed by Eagle Rhythm, tracking deep from Leicester Thunderwing, Spirit of Westbury, and further back Danyon the Rail. Then Prince Hal, followed by Maccabee Diva, and last of all is Old Tawny out of the 2,100 metre mark up the side. Inclusion pushed up on the inside, led them now. A half length to Southern Crown, and going around them, Time Off, caught deep. It's being sent forward, Time Off, and it'll take it up now on the outside over Inclusion. Southern Crown third, Native Jazz posted 3 deep. Hey Pronto gets a good run, fourth the fence, and they're followed back in the middle by Hill of Grace. A length into Danyon from on the outside, Eagle Rhythm. A length and a half, Spirit of Westbury. 2 further back, Leicester Thunderwing. The inside, Prince Hal from Old Tawny, and Maccabee Diva last of all at the 1,600 metre mark. And Time Off allowed to drop the speed in front, about a length and a half to Inclusion. Then Hey Pronto is pushed right up on the inside to be third and getting the favours at the moment. Native Jazz is out 3 deep, and Southern Crown fifth the middle. A length Danyon on the inside of Hill of Grace, and Eagle Rhythm out 3 deep. 2 lengths further back in the race then. Spirit of Westbury on the inside, Prince Hal. Then Leicester Thunderwing from Maccabee Diva and Old Tawny at Chiquita Lodge at the 1,200 metre mark, and Time Off nearly a length in front of Inclusion. Then Native Jazz, no luck at all, 3 deep. Over on the inside, Hey Pronto. Southern Crown fifth the middle, a length further back, Eagle Rhythm. On the inside is Danyon, 3 deep further back. On the outside still Eagle Rhythm, Hill of Grace back in the centre. Then Spirit of Westbury, a length, Prince Hal. Maccabee Diva starting a run around Leicester Thunderwing, and 2 to Old Tawny last of all. Going to the 900 metre mark, and Time Off 3/4 in front of Inclusion. Native Jazz has always been wide up on the outside third. Hey Pronto, Cassidy's had all the favours over on the inside, up before the home turn at the 700 metre mark, and they're followed by Hill of Grace. When they come to the bend, further back in the race, then Southern Crown. Eagle Rhythm is out deep from Danyon back on the rail. Maccabee Diva is back second to last with Leicester Thunderwing and Old Tawny into the straight, and Time Off got off the fence, and the run comes for Hey Pronto, and it got up on the inside to quickly tackle them now from Inclusion. Then Native Jazz, Spirit of Westbury coming down the outside with Maccabee Diva, but Hey Pronto with the rails run, dash through on the inside, 2 lengths, Spirit of Westbury. Then back in the middle, Time Off. They're starting to come after the leader from Maccabee Diva. Spirit of Westbury's got up to Hey Pronto, coming back as Time Off and Maccabee Diva. Maccabee Diva coming at them with Time Off. Maccabee Diva, last rider, half head on the line to either Time Off and Spirit of Westbury. Back on the inside, Hey Pronto had all the favours today from Daniel. Then Southern Crown. Further back than Prince Hal. Further back than Hill of Grace from Eagle Rhythm. Well back Native Jazz, Old Tawny Inclusion. And Leicester Thunderwing is near the tail.
Number 9, Maccabee Diva, the winner, 662.50 for Luke Curry. Number 3, Spirit of Westbury for second, 650. Third in number 8, Time Off, 420.
Correct weight Ascot race 2 on 152, 1.5 3/4, 129.64.
Time Off got back to Hey Pronto, who was presented with the race. But right to near the line, she's just put her head straight out Maccabee Diva, and she's got up to win on the line. Maccabee Diva takes the Queen Elizabeth over Spirit of Westbury and Time Off 9, 3 and 8.
The stakes just run and won the Group 2 race at Flemington over the 2500. Let's go back to the track for the replay with Greg Miles.
They're set. Racing now, and Maccabee Diva jumped well towards the outside with Native Jazz, and Time Off is going forward. Southern Crown boots up, so does Inclusion, whilst Daniel has dropped out to be towards the tail end of the field. Southern Crown led from Time Off and Inclusion as they leave the straight. Hill of Grace just behind them in fourth placing, a length and a half, then Hey Pronto on the rail, followed by Spirit of Westbury, Native Jazz, and a length and a half further back. Then getting through on the inside now is Daniel. Eagle Rhythm has caught 3 wide over the 2000 crossing, and they were followed by Leicester Thunderwing, and then came well back as Prince Hal over on the inside in the green colours. Maccabee Diva went back, and she's now second last, and Old Tawny's last of all. Time Off led Inclusion by the 1800. Southern Crown is third, Hey Pronto fourth the inside. Native Jazz is next, not having much luck, still travelling 3 deep here. A length and a half further back in the field then is Daniel over on the inside, and he's being closely followed at the 600 by Hill of Grace, and then came Eagle Rhythm out wide from Prince Hal. Spirit of Westbury's drifted back now, and about 2 lengths behind him Leicester Thunderwing over on the inside, being followed then as they go by the 1400 by Old Tawny, and Maccabee Diva is last of all. Now out that far side of the course here, and Time Off the leader. Here's a length and a half in front. Inclusion is second. Just behind them, Hey Pronto's enjoying a good run, so is Southern Crown, but Native Jazz has been working. About a length and a half further back in the field, then came Eagle Rhythm over on the outside, being followed by Daniel on the fence, and then Hill of Grace. 2 lengths to Spirit of Westbury, Prince Hal. They're followed then by Maccabee Diva. She's about third last, and then Leicester Thunderwing and Old Tawny. They're winding it up, coming up towards the turn, and Time Off the leader at the 800. Time Off in front of Inclusion, Native Jazz. Hey Pronto right behind them. He's had a cosy run on the inside. He's fourth, coming towards the turn. They're followed then by the Grey Eagle Rhythm around the outside of Southern Crown, then Hill of Grace. Daniel on the fence as they cornered. Spirit of Westbury's coming wide into the straight now. Time Off being joined by Inclusion. Hey Pronto looking for the way clear. He's going for a run on the inside here. Wider out as Native Jazz, Eagle Rhythm and Spirit of Westbury, and then Southern Crown. Hey Pronto's got the run now, and he's sprinted hard, and at the 300 metre mark has gone to the lead. Spirit of Westbury winds up. Here comes Maccabee Diva from well back. She's starting to wind into her work. Hey Pronto under the whip. Spirit of Westbury's claimed him at the 100. He's hit the front. Kicking back as Time Off, Spirit of Westbury, and here's Maccabee Diva. Knows where the post is. Grabbed them right on the wire. Maccabee Diva's got there in the last couple of bounds from either Spirit of Westbury or Time Off. Hey Pronto just wilting on the fence. And then came Daniel, Southern Crown, followed further back by Prince Hal, and then came Native Jazz, Old Tawny, Eagle Rhythm, Hill of Grace towards the end with Inclusion, and Leicester Thunderwing never came into the race.
Oh, she's a great mare, isn't she? Maccabee Diva, and that's her 7th race start, 6th win. And David Hall, congratulations. He's done a marvellous job with this mare by Desert King. Luke Curry, a terrific ride again by Luke. Just timed the run to perfection to get this mare up on the line. Spirit of Westbury and Time Off after the running of a thriller there at the Queen Elizabeth at Group 2 there at Flemington today. They move in well at Doomben now. And late backing, no stops. The favourite still Raw Talent today. Shy Hero, Hayden, it's fresh today, 740. Natoir, 16, further over. You've got Brantwood Manor, lightly raced down in the weights here, 530. And Umbani at 860, the main hopes. Let's get the late mail now from Wayne Harris.
Very good race here, race 7. A lot of chances. Very, very open race. I've ended up settling on 11, Brantwood Matter. He looked terrific in the parade here. He hasn't run for about 2.5, nearly 3 months, but his form last preparation was very, very good. I just think here at the weights and from the good barrier, he's going to get a nice run. He looked really tuned up to run a nice race here first up, and his first up form is exceptional. So I'm going to go with him. I thought he might be a little bit better value than he is at the moment, but we've got to go with him. He has had support, so can't complain with that. You know the stable money's there. I'm happy with that. I thought number 2, Majestic Fiesta, has probably been the best backed on course. He's a horse that's always shown a lot of ability. He's always had his problems. Ron Quinton seems to have got him right now, judging on his first up win at Gosford just recently. Steps from the 1,000 metres up to the 1,200, but he's got a pretty good record here on the Randwick circuit where he's trained, and he did look quite good in the parade. So you got to...
Majestic Fiesta. Now, there's only about 2 horses to move into the stalls. The previous one by the Strutter, number 11, D. Beatman, beat 5 Azrak, 9 Lock the Key, and 7 ran 4th. Main sprint race of the day. And Ear to Ear is coming up. Ear to Ear's in, and they're all set, ready to go. This is race number 7 at Randwick. Ready to go. Off this time, and the Wagga Wagga galloper jumped very quickly. Blue Danzig and leads narrowly from Majestic Fiesta. Ear to Ear wide out is third, followed by Umbani, and then Straban, followed by Shy Hero, Trillion Delight Major. Then Kutamutu, 2.5 to Brantwood Manor, followed by Natoire, and then second last Anunaki into length to Hayden. They work their way down past the 700. Ear to Ear scouting very wide, leads Blue Danzig, followed by on the inside Umbani, and just outside it Majestic Fiesta looking for the lead now, and then Straban, Shy Hero, followed by Major, and then Kutamutu, Trillion Delight, 3 to Brantwood Manor, Natoire from Hayden, and Anunaki into the straight. Umbani and Majestic Fiesta, little between them, 1.5 length Straban, Major, Shy Hero, Kutamutu, and then at the head of the others comes Natoire, and Brantwood Manor's back about 4th last, but Majestic Fiesta hits the front clearly, and Majestic Fiesta raced away 2 lengths clear. Old Natoire battles on with Major, but Majestic Fiesta a mile too good and beat Natoire. Third, I'd say Brantwood Manor from Major, Kutamutu, wide out Trillion Delight, Straban, and then Umbani, Anunaki, followed by Shy Hero, Hayden, Blue Danzig, and Ear to Ear finished at distant lasts. Number 2's the winner, Majestic Fiesta. Number 2, Majestic Fiesta, Danny Beasley for the informer, Ronnie Quinton stable. Winning the Oaks, of course, on Thursday at Flemington with Bulla Borghese. And Majestic Fiesta by Maroof from Martine Michel. The Bay Gelding, a 6-year-old race by KK Chung and HH Soy. And only had 14 starts now for 6 wins, 4 seconds. He's had a lot of problems over his racing career. He was originally with Gary Moore, and then when Gary went up to Macau, Ronnie Quinton took over the horse, and he's been able to score. Number 2, Majestic Fiesta, in the time of 1:04.83, 1:04.83. Ruffles.
Terrific win that, Majestic Fiesta, and he looked very impressive coming back at Gosford. He's just gone on with it today. Very, very good sprinter too, and as Ron Quinton pointed out before the race, he's had his problems, and when he's right, he's a very smart horse, and he's right back to his best now. Well ridden by Dan Beasley. A good week for Ronnie Quinton. He deserves it too. 2, and it's a photo. Natoire looks like it's got second, but we'll get that number shortly. And flashing through was Brantwood Manor, who got well back but flashed home. And we'll get those numbers. Here they are: 2, 6, and 11. 2, 6, and 11, and 4th was 9, and that was Major. $4,146 will be the first 4. There's the winner at $21. Now, the Brief 350 will be the favourite there for the Gouch, and John Hawkes. Good support, super impressive. 780 Mr. Magoo, 10's Green Pick, Squilani in the market 2 at 570. The rest are at pretty long odds. So that's the last event on the card. There's one over the page here. Wood winner, is it? It's scratched, and Rimmer's the other one there at long odds too. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more shortly on Sky Racing for a Saturday.